welcome to Table Topics. Today we are talking about survival of the thinnest, media and body image. Are men being objectified today as well as women? And how does media over-sexualize our culture? What do you guys think?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind when we talk about this, for me, is, Britney Spears. In the school hallway with the puffy little pink things in her pigtails, and that has become as iconic an image now in terms of the sexualization of the Western world as, Marilyn Monroe was in Some Like It Hot.
And I also think back to the Spice Girls, and their target audience was actually, I think, teenagers and maybe older women, but they ended up hitting young girls, like little girls who were aged like 4 to 8, and they bought a lot of merchandise and they started to dress in the same way, and they were quite sexy as well.
And here's something that's interesting about the Spice Girls that you bring up is their big thing was girl power. And it was supposed to be female empowerment. So female empowerment and female sexuality or sexual exploitation, do you think that empowerment crosses the line and we're kind of defeating ourselves?
Well, and this could be controversial, but some people claim that women actually use their sexuality to empower themselves.
Oh, God forbid. Hands up if you were like 8 years old and like a virgin, and my dad's like, what the hell are you saying?
Exactly.
So at what point did this start to change? I mean, let's talk about one thing about models and going from Marilyn Monroe to where we're at nowadays. Was it Twiggy? Was she the one who started changing the whole culture of thinness in models?
If you look at the history of body image and fashion, Twiggy will definitely be a landmark on that timeline, right? So let's say in the Victorian era, women were larger, plumper. That was still favorable, but they'd still put these big corsets on that would, bother their breathing and digestion, so the boobs and the hips would come out. And then in the early 1900s, women were more interested in athletics, etc. A slimmer build became more popular. Then the flappers, they tied their chests down so that they'd have this like slim board look. And Marilyn Monroe, bigger, and now we're on to the models who are very thin.
Some of these models are naturally gazelle-like women. I honestly believe it's their body type, and obviously a lot of celebrities, a lot of young celebrities right now are starving themselves to look that way. But in the same way, is that being unfair and saying that, okay, we're going to ban you and your body type, making them more self-conscious, and maybe they can't gain weight?
I don't think that...
It's discriminating against another body type.
Yes. However, I mean, just the same way, a certain body type that's too heavy or too short is not going to be a model. If you're too thin, maybe you don't look good on the runway either. A great example of this is Karl Lagerfeld. He hates fat people. Like, he said all kinds of crazy things, even though he himself used to be a little chunky and hide behind the fan.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, he recently banned, in 2008, 3 models who were size 0 from his Paris show. And it's so interesting. There are primitive cultures that fatten up brides. Meanwhile, one of our most popular shows is Bulging Brides, where it's a reality show where you watch a bride desperately try to lose weight to fit into that dress. So let me ask you, why in North America right now is thin and fit the ideal? And is it a good thing?
I think our eyes just get trained to it, and in addition, I also think it's our addiction to media, and media definitely conveys thin is in. And for models and actresses, I think it's quite painful because cameras do tend to add 5 to 10 pounds. So actually, guys, we are a little thinner than what you're seeing right now.
Especially me.
I know recently Fergie did an ad campaign for MAC, and it was totally criticized because she was completely photoshopped. So you could tell that she looked thinner, her facial features, her skin just looked so different from what she looked like in real life.
Yeah, and you can YouTube that Dove ad, which is great, where they show the construction of an ad with the model and how different she looks from beginning to end, and that was very popular.
So we actually look quite scary before we walk onto set. When we walk into the makeup room,
but not me. I look exactly like this, but much thinner.
Now, I guess maybe one thing that shows that we haven't changed is Jessica Simpson. As soon as she gained a couple pounds, it was everywhere. You're standing in the grocery store lineup, and it's on every magazine, and I couldn't even see what was wrong. I mean, I thought it was ridiculous.
I don't know why Matt Lauer, when he has Obama in his hands, decides he's going to talk about this, but I guess it's the nature of his show, tisk tisk producers. We saw this, so he brought up to Obama, hey, you were bumped off the cover because Jessica Simpson was there instead of you. And Obama said, oh yeah, apparently she's having weight issues, meaning she was, like her weight issues were more important to people than me.
Right.
Not calling her fat.
Yeah, I think he was making obviously a pun on it, but then some people took it to say that Obama claimed Jessica was fat. Anyway, people take things way out of context. What about men? Are men being more objectified nowadays? Because if you open any magazine right now, you will likely see the David Beckham Armani underwear ads. Now, David Beckham in these ads is laying in all types of different positions. You know, is he comfortable? Like, is that something that he...
Is he comfortable?
Yeah.
He probably
Yeah,
is.
sure.
He's probably comfortable with the paycheck.
If you're, yeah.
The dangerous thing, of course, is how people who are not in the media perceive what they see and then apply it to their own lives. So maybe I'm 30 years old and I understand that the fashion industry is a business and that, you know, Dolce & Gabbana will take my money if I want to buy it and I don't have to be size 0, but it looks good on the model.
Right.
What about, you know, a 13-year-old girl?
And how she interprets that.
How does she interpret it? Because she has access to it. It's everywhere. It's not as if we can shield children from this.
Well, it's a whole industry now with the metrosexual spa lines for men. Before, most beauty care products were for women, and now they have all those gray bottles, nicely sleek design for men, and it's probably a multi-million-dollar industry.
Well, we want to hear from you, so please post a message on our forum and let us know, do you think men are being objectified? How do you think young teenagers are being affected by the media and over-sexualization today? Let us know, and we'll see you again next time.